Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you my current good mental health routine. But before we get into the video, I do want to quickly say that I am in no way saying that I'm a doctor, psychologist, therapist, life coach, whatever you want to call it. Heck, I'm not even a professional at this. But my goal for this video is to show you what I do on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis that just helps me maintain a good mental health, just so that maybe it can inspire you to take time for yourself and just appreciate the little joys in life. I am a huge, true believer that the mind and body are not separate. What affects one affects the other, so focusing on your mental health just as much as your physical health or your outward appearance in the gym is so important. Lastly, I do want to remind you that what you see on social media, even in this video, it is a highlight reel. Everyone, including myself, has their struggles and bumps in the roads, but with these habits that I'm going to be showing you in this video, it has helped me grow in ways that when hard times and stresses do come about in my life, I don't let it control me, rather I can control it. So first, let's get into my daily habits that help me maintain a good mental health. So the first daily habit that I want to talk about is honestly the most important habit, not just daily, but in my life in general. And it is the one thing that has always been there to help me maintain a good mental health. And that is to fill my day or my life in general with Jesus. So if you've been following me for a while, then you already know that I'm a Christian, I'm a believer of Jesus, and my faith is the most important thing that I have. And with that being said, I realize that if I don't fill my day, my heart, and my mind with Jesus, then there will be room for negativity and toxic thoughts or just allowing the enemy get to my head. And so the more that I fill my day and my heart and my mind and my soul with his word, with worship music, with just reading Christian books, all of that, there is absolutely no room for the enemy to get into my mind or my heart, or there's no room for negativity or toxic thoughts. And so when there is a bump in the road, I won't be moved. I won't be shaken because I know what he says. I know what his word says. And I know that he will always fight my battles. And I don't have to worry about anything. And I can literally just cast my cares on him. Now, am I perfect in my faith? Absolutely not. But the more I grow in my faith, the stronger I become. So the next daily habit that's been amazing for my mental health is having a dedicated morning and night routine, especially that morning routine. Having a morning routine allows me to set the tone for the day. So for example, just waking up just a little bit earlier so that I can have a slow and mindful morning rather than a stressful, rushed, chaotic morning. Just again, sets the tone for the day and just primes my day for success and true productivity. And this goes the same way for the night routine. So just prepping my mind and my body to unwind and relax has just been amazing for my sleep. And if you didn't know, sleep is so important for so many different reasons, ranging from muscle growth to just lowering inflammation in your body. Sleep is so important. So with both routines, again, they have just been amazing for my mental health. And I actually have a dedicated morning routine and night routine video up on my channel, which I'll have a link up above in the cards or down below if you guys want to check it out. Actually, I do have a spring morning routine coming, so make sure you guys subscribe if you aren't subscribed so that you don't miss out on that fun, cute little video. So the next habit is to go outside. Even if it's for 5 minutes, I absolutely need to go outside and be in the sun and just be in nature. This goes back to my first habit, but when I'm outside, whether it's in a forest or at the beach or even just in my backyard and just looking up at the trees, as cheesy as it sounds, I truly feel closer to God, which then again helps me just fill my day with Jesus. But going back to my childhood, growing up in Hawaii and then now living in Florida, the beach is like a form of therapy for me. Just walking on the beach, listening to the waves, looking for shark teeth is just absolutely amazing for my mental health. And I like to do that a couple times a week. And obviously, going out in the sun has so many other benefits, such as vitamin D. If you didn't know, there's been research that has shown that vitamin D actually plays an important role in regulating mood and decreasing the risk of depression. So, just going outside, getting some sun, and just being in nature, I could not recommend it enough. So, the third daily habit that just helps me maintain a good mental health is being creative every single day, even if it's just for 5 minutes. And so, again, I'm going to reference back to my childhood and growing up, but growing up, I've always been super, super creative. I was always drawing, always coloring, always painting, and even in middle school and high school, I took art classes, I took a pottery class, and I even took 4 years of photography. And so now I'm very blessed to be able to work for myself and be a content creator where I have to be creative for my job. But I do like to do something creative that doesn't involve me getting paid or where I feel like it's a job, if that makes sense. Basically, I like to do something creative every single day that is for me and me only, where while I'm doing it, that's the only thing I'm thinking about, and I get to have fun with it without worrying about deadlines or all of that stuff. So, that again has been really good for my mental health and just really tapping into my childhood. So, this next habit, I actually just started implementing this into my life just a few months ago, and I will be doing a more dedicated video just so that I can talk more in depth in this and explain how I'm implementing this into my life. But it is to eat and train for my health rather than aesthetics, because I have been on my fitness journey for about 7 years now, almost a decade, and majority of those years I was constantly chasing a body composition goal, and I was never fully satisfied even when I hit that goal because I was focusing on my outward appearance. And with that, you'll never be fully satisfied. So the second I stopped working out and eating to change my body and rather for my health, oh my goodness, you guys, it changed my life. And what's funny is that when I started focusing on eating and training for my health and really listening to my body and going with the flow of my body rather than against it, that's when I saw the best changes on my body. And again, I'm not trying to focus on the outward appearance, but it's just funny how that works. So, as mentioned earlier, I do work for myself and I do work from home, but because of that, it is hard at times to stop working, especially if you love what you do, which I do absolutely love what I do. But it is very, very important to set boundaries with yourself so that you can have that good work life balance. Because I never, ever, ever want to begin disliking what I do for a job because it really is a true blessing. So every single day, I have a set time where I close down the computer, put everything away, and literally close the door to my office and quote unquote clock out. So now let's get into the weekly habits that help me maintain a good mental health. So we have yet another Jesus-filled habit, And if you're not a Christian or a believer, this is so recommended. Journaling has so many different benefits, but I just love the idea of a prayer journal, or the idea of like writing a letter to Jesus, which is your best friend. He is my best friend. And so within this journal, or within this letter to him, I will give thanks for anything that happened that week, any prayer request, and I will literally even vent to him if anything is going on with my life. And it's just so amazing to look back on. I look back at my prayer journals from 2 years ago, and just to see the growth in my faith and how much God has done in my life within just 2 years is absolutely amazing, and it truly does grow your faith. But there are many studies that show that journaling is so beneficial for your mental health, because there's just something about writing down what you're going through and just releasing it on paper. So amazing. And going back to my childhood again, when I was in middle school, I actually used to journal or write in a diary all the time. I'm sure like every typical middle schooler, but I would journal when I was going through a very dark season of being bullied in middle school, and not knowing how much that helped me and how much that helped me cope with it. And so, again, now that I'm older, I could not recommend it enough. So the next weekly habit that I like to do is have a dedicated day where I just do some self-care. And so, yes, while I did say don't focus on your outward appearance, but it is good to do things that make you feel good and make you feel beautiful. So if that looks like doing your nails, having, an at-home spa day where you do a hair mask, a face mask, relax in the bath, do some dry brushing, go walk on the beach and listen to a podcast, do that. And everything that I just said is everything that I like to do on my self-care day, by the way. But this has made me feel so good, and just makes me feel really confident after too. So if you watch my Monday reset routine video, then you know that every single Monday I like to take the whole day to do my cleaning, my organizing, my grocery shopping, my food prepping for the week, all of that stuff, just so that I can literally get that out of the way first day of the week, and I don't have to really worry about it throughout the whole week, and I can just focus on my business for that week or any plans that I have. Obviously, I will spot clean and do any little loads of laundry that needs to be done, but when I get those big tasks out of the way, like deep cleaning downstairs, or deep cleaning our bedding, or grocery shopping and prepping our foods for the week, I don't have to worry about it at all. So I definitely recommend taking a whole day, if you can, to just get all of your cleaning, organizing, grocery shopping out of the way so you don't have to worry about it. Also, just having a clean and organized space, since again I do work from home, just helps me remain productive throughout the week. So now let's get into the monthly habits that help me maintain a good mental health. So every month I like to try something new, because I truly believe this builds not only character but also confidence as well. And so this can look like trying a new painting place in your town, trying a pottery class, try rock climbing, anything that really challenges you. I promise you, you will feel so much more confident afterwards. So this next mental health habit is so important to me. And if you've been following me for a while, then you already know that I absolutely love and need to travel. The past couple years, my husband and I made it a priority to travel while we're young and while we don't have kids, and I honestly could not recommend it enough. We are very blessed to have been able to travel a lot this past couple years and experience so many memories that are worth a lifetime. And every single time we travel and just go on crazy adventures together, like waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go hike in a river in between canyons at 40 degrees. Stuff like that, I promise you, it just makes you feel, no pun intended, it makes you feel like you're on top of the world. And I feel so, so alive when I get to experience God's amazing, beautiful creation, and especially with the love of my life. And I know all of that sounds so cheesy, but I just truly cannot express enough how much traveling and just getting out of your hometown can change your whole life. So if you're able to, go travel, or even just get out of your hometown, go travel in your state, go to a different town, even if it's just 30 minutes away, do it. So, lastly, I want to talk about other little habits that just help me maintain a good mental health. I once read an article by a psychologist that said how our home is decorated and how it's maintained can affect our physical and mental well being. It is also a direct reflection of how we are and vice versa. So, for example, when our home is crazy and chaotic, that means our life is crazy and chaotic at that time. But when our home is clean and serene and organized, that is exactly how we feel. I also find so much joy in the little things in my home, such as my window bird feeders. I can watch the birds right there in my kitchen, fresh flowers, plants throughout my home, a silly pot, a pot that when the sun hits it, it shimmers the whole entire room, pictures of my husband and I traveling, my diplomas from all my high school and colleges, just to remind me of all the hard work that I put in throughout my life and all my accomplishments. Just little things like that that can bring so much joy. And again, it's so important to be able to create a space that you can't wait to come home to, that you can't wait to go to work to. And I know work can be daunting at times, regardless of what you do for your job, but when you have a space that is filled with things that bring you joy, that inspires you, that motivates you, that empowers you, I promise you it will change your mindset. In today's society, social media and technology is wildly expanding, and that's why I truly believe it is so, so important to set boundaries with social media and technology, especially if your job is social media. And so I'm not a huge influencer by any means, but I have seen the negative side effects social media can have on just myself, and I never want to put social media over anything else that's important in my life, such as my faith, my marriage, my family, and my friends. And so that's why I do set a lot of boundaries with social media and technology. And I can do a whole video on that, but some boundaries that I set are every single night I have this thing that's on my Apple iPhone. It's called downtime, and between a certain amount of hours, so I have it set at 9 p.m. to 8 a.m., it turns off all apps. So it doesn't allow me to go on any apps. It doesn't give me any notifications besides specific contacts that are allowed to text or call me just in case an emergency happens. Another boundary that I set is that every single Sunday I do not go on any social media. Maybe if it's a holiday and I want to post a cute little picture of my family and friends on that holiday, but besides that, I do not go on any social media on Sundays. Another huge boundary that I've set with social media is that I only follow people that inform, inspire, or empower me. And this goes hand in hand with the next boundary, and that is to block and delete people that no longer serve me, support me, and to be completely honest, trigger me. And when I say trigger, I'm talking about blocking people that, say for example, you're scrolling and you go on your newsfeed and you see their profile or see a picture of them, and it just brings up a whole bunch of negative emotions. Just block them. And I've done that for a lot of people. I pretty much blocked my whole hometown and people I went to middle school and high school with, because they truly never wanted the best for me. They never truly supported me. And so, why do I want them to see my stuff as well? And why do I want to see their stuff just so that I can get upset? And I truly believe in the saying that you should be focused on your grass so much that you don't even notice if someone else's grass is greener. And so that's why I truly believe in blocking and deleting people. I know some people don't believe that, but I believe it. And this goes the same way for family as well. Just because they're blood, it does not mean they're family. And there's family out there that, again, they don't want the best for you. They don't support you and they're never truly happy for you. So why have them in your space? And when I say your space, it is your social media. You get to create it how you want because it's your platform, it's your space. So I know that was a whole tangent, but the next boundary that I set is to keep the private things private. And I can go more in depth with this in another video, but when I say private things, I'm talking about things within my marriage. The world does not need to know about things in my marriage or what my husband does because that's his life, or things like, for example, my friends and my family. Those are very precious and intimate to me. So I don't want to just plaster it out all over the social media for the whole world to see, especially since I do have a little bit of a platform. So that's what I mean by keeping the private things private, because those are the precious things in my life. And again, I never want to put social media over that. So, the last habit, I guess you can say, that's been amazing for my mental health is making time for my loved ones. The ones that truly love me, the ones that truly support me, the ones that inspire me, empower me, motivate me, that will pray with me during dark seasons of my life, that will literally tell me if I'm doing something wrong and will be completely real and honest with me. Those are the ones that I believe are so important to prioritize in your life and make time for. Life is so short, and I truly believe God put those people in our life to do this crazy thing called life. So that is it for today's video. I hope this video inspired or encouraged you in some way, and I would love to know what brings you joy in your life. What is something that helps you get through the dark times in your life? So comment down below and I would love to know. But again, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you or talk to you in my next video. Bye guys.